Mortal Kombat needs no introduction. Known as one of the greatest fighting games of all time, the series has been a hit since its release in 1992. With the success of the franchise, it was only a matter of time before a film based on it would be made. And that's exactly what we got in 1995. Directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, Mortal Kombat released to a mixed reception. Fans of the franchise enjoyed the film, while critics were more on the negative side. However, this negative perception didn't stop the film from being a hit. Mortal Kombat proved to be a financial success for New Line Cinema, earning $122 million at the box office on a small budget of $20 million. The film is far from perfect, but for what it is, I think it's a fun time. Every character from Mortal Kombat 1 appears in the film, and for the most part I think they did a good job of transitioning them over to the big screen. I wish Scorpion and Sub-Zero had more plot relevance, but every other character is done justice. Lyndon Ashby's performance as Johnny Cage is especially great, and is a personal highlight of the film for me. The film ends with Shang Tsung's defeat at the hands of Liu Kang, and everybody lives happily ever after. Well, that's until Shao Kahn shows up. Shao Kahn's the big bad of the Mortal Kombat series, so fans were pumped to see where the cliffhanger would pick up in the sequel. Released in 1997, Mortal Kombat Annihilation picks up immediately after the first film. Paul W.S. Anderson did not return to direct. Instead, he was replaced with first-time director John R. Leonetti. And I just want to get this out of the way. This film is a disaster. So let's break it down and find out why Mortal Kombat Annihilation is the worst video game adaptation of all time. As the film begins, something is immediately off about the cast. Robin Shou and Talisa Soto are the only actors to reprise their roles. Lyndon Ashby smartly declined the offer to return after learning Johnny Cage dies within the first 10 minutes. And the other actors really had no reason to return. They were all on to bigger and better roles. And look, I have nothing personal against the new cast. They're obviously trying their best, but there's no real chemistry between any of them. And it doesn't help that the script is terrible. Which, speaking of how bad the script is, Mortal Kombat Annihilation attempts to adapt the story of Mortal Kombat 3. It doesn't work because so many important story elements are crammed into such a short runtime. The final product results in a messy and overcrowded narrative that makes no sense, even to the most diehard of Mortal Kombat fans. Shao Kahn invades Earthrealm with his army, which sounds exciting, but trust me, it's really not. His army consists of iconic characters from the games like Ermac and Shiva, but they hold no relevance to the plot whatsoever. Johnny Cage apparently feels left out by this, so he jumps into battle only to be killed. The remaining heroes retreat, where they form a plan and split up. Raiden sends Liu Kang to find Nightwolf, who can supposedly train him to unlock his animality. Animalities were animal-themed fatalities from Mortal Kombat 3, which involved the characters transforming into animals to finish their opponent.
Shang Tsung wins. Animality.
There's no story significance to the finishers within the game, but this film puts a huge focus on them as they're portrayed to be the key to defeating Shao Kahn. The rest of the heroes are relegated to meaningless subplots that bear no weight on the story. They're so pointless that I don't feel the need to even talk about them. So I won't. This film treats its characters like a joke. Not a single character goes through any meaningful character development at all. There are no real threats in the film as Shao Kahn is a terrible villain. He reminds me of a Power Rangers character.
Father, the merger has begun. Earth is under attack, and it is glorious!
Sindel's tragic backstory is completely glanced over. So many characters just show up and then immediately die 5 seconds later. Fan favorite characters such as Scorpion and Sub-Zero only get 2 minutes of screen time and then they're not seen for the rest of the film. Even characters like Stryker and Cabal are killed off screen. This film does not show respect to any character in the Mortal Kombat lore. This movie has some of the worst action I have ever seen. The choreography is terrible. Characters have a tendency to do unnecessary flips like it's a Star Wars prequel. There are way too many slow motion shots. And I think this film deserves the award for the worst special effects in any blockbuster movie ever. The film's over-reliance on CGI is laughably noticeable. I can bet most of the budget went into making this crap. Triple decision to hire a first-time director, and it's very apparent that the budget was wasted on bad special effects. The script has a deep misunderstanding of the series' lore and disrespects every character. It's no surprise that this film was both a critical and financial failure. So that is why I believe that Mortal Kombat Annihilation is one of the worst movies of all time, and easily the worst video game adaptation ever made. With that, I think it's time to wrap up this video, and I hope you did enjoy. Feel free to like and subscribe, and tell me down in the comments below, what did you think about this film?